Welcome to the Ripsquad Iceberg. Today, we'll be diving deep into the Ripsquad lore, its members, its collaborators, their music that they've created over the years, and a multitude of other things. Being a huge fan of Ripsquad, I had to learn about them. These guys were just way too interesting. Naturally, I began to research, and over the course of a couple months, I learned a lot. So I put this iceberg chart together of all of the information that I'm aware of about Ripsquad. And without further ado, let's begin. If you've been living under a rock for the past 3 years, or you just don't go on the internet, an iceberg chart is a collection of entries surrounding one topic, ranging from the top being the most known and moving down to the bottom, progressively getting more disturbing or obscure. And that's pretty much it. Now, to anyone who has no idea what Ripsquad is, you're obviously asking yourself, what is Ripsquad? Ripsquad is a collective of music producers that formed in 2018 when members Lucy and Rip, of course both music producers who frequently collaborated with each other, finally joined forces. In 2019, both Distance Decay and Skies joined, but as of 2021, Skies is no longer a member of Ripsquad. And fast forward to 2023 and the current members are Rip, Lucy, and Distance Decay. Now since that's out the way, we can officially start Tier 1. Our first entry is Lucy. Lucy is a music producer, songwriter, and one of the founding fathers of Ripsquad. He started posting music, at least to my knowledge, back in 2016. His sound is known to be, if there's a way to describe it, ethereal and wavy, but has gotten more electronic over time. He's produced for artists like Bladee, Smoke Perp, and Trippie Redd. Skies is an American music producer that joined Ripsquad in 2019, but as of 2021 is no longer a member, and has produced for artists like Duop Kane, Wyland, and Summers. Distance Decay is a music producer from Delaware that also joined Ripsquad in 2019. He got his start from posting instrumentals on SoundCloud and later producing for artists like Bones, Corbin, and Lil Keed. Rip is a music producer from Perth, Australia, and is the other founding father of Ripsquad. He started posting his music, according to my knowledge, in 2014 or 2015. His music back in the day was very DP beats influenced, and then became progressively more intricate over the years. He's produced for artists like Bladee, Lil Uzi Vert, and even Young Thug. And no, it's not 7eva, that alias was only created to avoid confusion, because at one time in his career, he was known individually as Ripsquad. Benjamin Reichwald, aka Bladee, aka Ken Burns, aka Drain Gang CEO, is a music artist from Stockholm, Sweden, who has been working with Rip since 2014 and Lucy since 2017. Ripsquad has co-production on 4 albums, 1 EP, and 1 single, and exclusive production on 1 album, 3 singles, and 1 mixtape in Bladee's discography. And I'm really hoping there's more Bladee on Ripsquad production in the future. Ice Dancer is a mixtape by Bladee released on December 29, 2018, mainly produced by Rip and Lucy, but also features producers such as Trey Beat, White Armor, and PJ Beats. This is the project that really created both Ripsquad's and Bladee's exponential growth respectively, especially because of the most popular song on the mixtape, Be Nice to Me, which you most likely have heard or at least heard of. The track list contains 19 songs, with Lucy producing on the tracks Smart Water, OKK, Malware Freestyle, Frosty the Snowman with Rip, Top Man, Waster with Rip, DG Jeans, Feel Like, For Nothing, Anything with Rip, and The Silent Boy Cries. And Rip producing on the tracks Be Nice to Me, Inside Out, Close with White Armor and PJ Beats, Jaws, Side by Side, Special Place, and Linked In with PJ Beats. But there is just one song left, which is Cartier God Ice Dancer Intermission, which is of course produced by one of the producers I mentioned earlier, Trey Beat, who was supposedly Cartier God's brother. The Ice Dancer drum kit was released on November 6, 2019 on the website Selfie and was sold for $30. It is now deleted on that website, but thank God for the Wayback Machine and the Internet Archive, or else I couldn't show you what the page looked like or tell you how much the kit was. The Fool is another album by Bladee, released on May 28, 2021, mainly produced by Lucy, but also features many other producers such as Rock, Loso, Outta Town, Clibo, and of course Rip. The tracklist contains 13 songs. The full intro, Let's Ride, Hotel Breakfast co-produced with Loso and Rock, I Think co-produced with Loso and Rip, The 9 Is Up, Desire, I Want It That Way, Baby co-produced with Outta Town and Loso, Inspiration Comes, Ego Baby, Trending co-produced with Loso, Search True co-produced with Clibo, and Wet Water 2. 2007 is Ripsquad's most popular song, posted on SoundCloud on March 10th, 2019, with over 656,000 plays at the time that I'm recording this. This is produced by both Rip and Lucy and samples The Con by Tegan and Sarah off of their 2007 album of the same name.
Typical in 2022, man.
Back to Life is an album by Tyboy Digital, released on November 18th, 2022 with a tracklist that consists of 12 songs. Dream World, Back to Life, All the Way, Angel, Alive, Love Potion, Fate, True Love, The Kingdom, 3-Star Reunite, Mr. CEO, and Never Change. This album was produced by a bunch of producers such as Outta Town, Loso, Rock, Seal, Mekatalk, Jonah Abraham, White Armor, and of course Lucy producing The Kingdom, 3-Star Reunite, and Mr. CEO. Mr. CEO is referencing not the song, but the music video and how Lucy makes a couple of appearances. One time in the beginning, he could be seen talking to Bladee in White Armor, and the other time at 1 minute and 13 seconds. Trippie Redd is an American rapper from Canton, Ohio who blew up back in 2017 with his song Love Scars. Ripsquad has a couple of production credits where Rip has co-prod and Matt Hardy 999 on his 2021 album Trip at Night, and V12 with Distance Decay on his 2020 album Pegasus, and of course Lucy producing on his 2018 single Crash. Young Lean is a rapper, singer, songwriter, and occasional producer from Stockholm, Sweden, who originally gained popularity from his Lavender EP from 2013 with tracks like Oreo Milkshake, Grey Goose, and of course Ginseng Strip 2002. The only Ripsquad credits there are for Young Lean are on his 2019 single Smirnoff Ice, produced by Rip, and Letting It All Go on his 2022 album Stardust, co-produced by Lucy. Not much to explain here, but Alone is one of the first Ripsquad beats you will ever hear, and was actually the song used for the intro sequence of this video. It was produced by Rip and was apparently a Lil Uzi Vert DP Beats and 12 Million type beat. Boing is in reference to the Bladee song Malhor Freestyle on his 2018 project Ice Dancer. Near the end, once the beat hits again, a boing sound effect can be heard. This sound effect has been memed quite a lot between the Ripsquad and Drain communities. Just take a listen.
You know it's my weed in the bus stop, and you know we get free shit Fanny stop. Yeah. Brought her backpacking in the Louis store. My girl says she needs some shit too. I hit the Dior.
Aziz Sergeyevich Shavershian, better known as Ziz, was a Russian-born Australian bodybuilder, personal trainer, and model. He was born on March 24, 1989, and sadly died on August 5, 2011 from a heart attack due to an undiagnosed heart condition while vacationing in Thailand. He was very influential in both gym culture and internet culture and inspired millions of people around the world. Well, what does Ripsquad have to do with this? Well, first of all, there's a beat compilation on YouTube named Rips' Aesthetic Pack, which is the same compilation found on their SoundCloud with a slightly different name. They've mentioned him in tweets. Lucy has even put him on his Instagram story at one point that you can find in his highlights.
That's what we do, bro. That's what the Ziz cunts do. That's what the revolution is, bro. None of these fucking sad cunts. We're all gonna fucking make it, bro. That's it.
This picture of Rip representing Ziz and Lucy representing Jeff's side, and how could I forget the cover photo to the RS Aesthetic Pack. There's not a lot to talk about here, but Gotham City is a single released by Bladee featuring Young Lean, released on July 28, 2017, and was produced by PJ Beats and Rip. 333 is an album released by Bladee, released on July 16, 2020, and has a 16-song track list. Wings in Motion, Don't Worry, Keys to the City, Hero of My Story 3 3, Hundreds, Mean Girls, Innocent of All Things, Reality Surf, Noblest Strive, It Girl, Oh Well, Valerie, Finder, Ecstasia, Only One, and Swan Lake. There are a couple of producers on this album such as Mekatalk, White Armor, Joakim Bennen, Good, and of course Lucy with co-production on songs like Hero of My Story 3 3 and Oh Well. D&G is a collaborative album between Bladee, Typo Digital, Young Lean, and Echo 2K, released on August 7th, 2017. It was produced by White Armor, Wosum, Young Sherman, Good, and of course Rip with co-prod on the song Black Boy. Our final entry for the first tier is Trash Island. Trash Island is another collaborative album between Bladee, Echo 2K, and Typo Digital, produced by White Armor, Megatalk, and Lucy with co-prod on You Lose. I did not expect tier 1 to be over 10 minutes long, but at least we got through it, and now we can move on to the more interesting entries. Also, if I do sound a little nasally, I've been sneezing all day and it's allergy season, so with that, we can finally move on to tier 2. Welcome to tier 2. There is a lot of information packed into these entries, so get ready as we start off on the first entry, which is Smoke Perp. Smoke Perp is a rapper from Chicago, Illinois that blew up with his song Audi in 2017 off of his 2017 mixtape Dead Star. Ripsquad has 2 credits in his discography with Lucy on co-prod with Low Tone on the song Topic, also off of Dead Star, and Distance, a song that is still unreleased to this day, solo produced by Lucy. PJ Beats is a former record producer from Sweden that has produced for artists like Bladee, Lil Uzi Vert, and most notably Joey Trap, and was very closely associated with Ripsquad until he retired in late 2022. Movie samples are consistently present in Ripsquad production and have been used in songs like The 9 Is Up and Ego Baby off of Blade's 2021 album The Fool, Be Nice to Me, and For Nothing off of Blade's 2018 mixtape Ice Dancer, and of course, Ripsquad Carols.
Stuff fancy me. Answer me. What will you do if I find someone else? You're lying.
Whatever. I haven't forgotten how good we are together. You know, and something tells me maybe you haven't either. Whatever. I haven't forgotten how good we are together. You know, and something tells me maybe you haven't either.
So guess what?
What? I don't know.
Taking nitrogen in your life.
Here's the truth. So now you can hate me.
People will whisper, they'll make their jokes, let them. They're all so small I can't even see them. I only see what matters. People will whisper, they'll make their jokes, let them. They're all so small I can't even see them. I only see what matters.
Imogen Heap is a singer, songwriter, and record producer from London that was sampled in #Wait2. The song that was sampled was Waited Out off of her 2009 album, Ellipse. Oh My Pulse is a former Fortnite pro that has used both unreleased and released Ripsquad Beats as background music for his videos, proving that there is a shit ton of unreleased Ripsquad that we may possibly never hear in its highest quality. Lucy has had 2 tags in his producing career. The oldest one coming from the 1940 film The Mark of Zorro, and the newest from season 32, episode 206 from The Bold and the Beautiful.
Mayor know what it is, man.
Whatever.
Welcome for Miss Rose.
Lucy has a tattoo on his left hand that has been deemed the Ripsquad logo, but the source of the logo is from something else, and that is in a later entry. I absolutely love this tattoo, and it really shows how dedicated he is to Ripsquad. Ripsquad has used a total of 4 tags over the years. This one only used in Bladee songs. Both of these.
Ripsquad.
And this one that has only been heard once.
You're listening to Ripsquad exclusive.
Rain Check is a song by Bladee released on August 12, 2015 and was actually Rip's debut as a producer. The beat is actually still widely considered as one of Rip's best beats between both the Dreen and the Ripsquad communities. CEO Lifestyle is Ripsquad's official YouTube channel, but it hasn't been active in over 3 years, with the last video being Lucy Please Focus, which brings us to our next entry. Lucy Please Focus is a beat produced by, of course, Lucy, released on March 22nd, 2020, and samples Focus by Ali X, off of her 2018 album Super Sunset. End of November Snippets is a compilation of beats all made by Rip in the month of November 2016. Most of the beats that are featured in this compilation are either lost or unknown, and we may never ever get to hear the full versions of them, but the beats that are known are called Memory, Knife, and Hello, which is still featured on Ripsquad's official SoundCloud. The Rips' Aesthetic Pack, or the R's Aesthetic Pack, is another beat compilation that both Lucy and Rip produced, released on June 18th, 2018. Some of the beats featured have been used for Bladee songs such as Waster and DJ Jeans. When Exposed is another alias of Rip's. This short-lived alias was used back in 2016 and was dropped in 2017, with the last credit being June 10th of that year. And finally, the last entry of Tier 2. The Scream SFX. The Ripsquad Scream, as some people call it, used to appear consistently in Bladee songs. This scream isn't actually exclusive to Ripsquad at all, and it actually appears a lot in DP Beats inspired beats. It's entirely for effect, and it's not another tag for Ripsquad. And another fun fact, this scream actually comes from Metal Gear Solid 2.
It's a direct result of that event.
I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far, as we have a lot of information to go through. Now, let's move on to Tier 3.
You're listening to a Ripsquad exclusive.
Our first entry on Tier 3 is You're Not Ready Yet. You're Not Ready Yet was a short-lived tag on their beats from when Ripsquad first formed, and it sounds something like this.
You're not ready yet!
Jackson D. Silva is an artist from Los Angeles that has mainly worked with Lucy. The production credits being on his 2017 album Poor Thing, producing the tracks Talk Sick and Poor Thing featuring Lil Peep, and producing his 2020 single titled Out Here on the Other Side. Juan Filippo is a legend in the Ripsquad community. He's basically the plug for unreleased Ripsquad. He does get permission to post this content, which is really cool since there hasn't been official Ripsquad in over 3 years. A bunch of producers work with Lucy, such as Nulko, Shine, One Life, Sadball Main, and Sonica Boom. One Life especially is one to be mentioned here since he was one of the first people in my Reddit messages showing support for this video. He's from South Africa and has known Lucy for a few years and specializes in drums. He also has a bunch of beats with Lucy. Juan Filippo was also a big help in the creation of this video since he got me the visuals for it. Shout out Irvi. I'm not sure how this is pronounced, so I'm going to pronounce it as Genkismal. Genkismal was a snippet posted on Rip's Instagram story. It's from October 2012, but it sounds ahead of its time since it sounds very hyperpop-like. Selena Leagues is referring to another Instagram story snippet, this time from Lucy. The song sampled is Cashmere Cat, Quit, featuring Ariana Grande. Just take a look. Meredith Gaudreau is an artist from Medfield, Massachusetts who garnered an audience from MySpace between 2003 and 2008, creating the pseudonym Gregory and the Hawk. Rip samples Finn's song 8, Orange River remix, off of her 2006 The Boats and Birds EP on Hello. Yura is a music producer who is known for his involvement in Surf Gang. He's produced for artists like XXXTentacion, Bladee, Duop Kane, and even Joey, and has collabed with Lucy before, around late 2016 to mid 2017. Memory is one of the most iconic Ripsquad beats as it appears first on End of November snippets, and was released first on Rip's now deleted OG YouTube channel in 2015. Nice to Meet You is an official beat on Ripsquad's SoundCloud made by former member Skies, released on April 5th, 2019, that absolutely no one knows the sample to, until May 30th, 2023, where SoundCloud user Existential Regret casually drops the name of it in the comments, the sample being Pandatone, The Last to Remain. The Eagle Baby sample comes from Season 32, Episode 206 from The Bold and the Beautiful, the same source as Lucy's tag. Alone 2.0 is a beat solo produced by Rip that samples Flame Top Green by Daniel Lanios. I'm unsure on when it was released, but it definitely sounds like it was made around 2015. Omnisphere is an instrument/synth VST used for DAWs or digital audio workstations such as FL Studio or Ableton. It is notorious for being extremely expensive, coming at $500 USD. It's a VST that is confirmed to be used by Rip, proven in the screenshot where the conversation goes, "Hey man, I love your beats and wanted to know if there were new Bladee and Ripsquad tracks on the way. And I know you don't like to talk about that, but what plugins/presets do you use? Come on, give me something." And Rip responds with, "Appreciate you, Omnisphere," and just mess around with the sounds a lot. Lucy loves to use emojis. Whether it's his Instagram stories, tweets, his Instagram posts, doesn't matter. He's using them to the point where he even makes art with them and even trolls a little bit in DMs with them. Come Clean is one of the first beats that were made when Ripsquad first formed. It contains the iconic You Are Not Ready Yet tag and samples Hilary Duff's Come Clean 2005 remix. And finally, the last entry of Tier 3, Dola Beach. Dola Beach is a beat produced by Rip in White Armor and was released in February 2018 on Track Train. Now we're getting into the really exciting stuff, the less known entries. So get ready as we enter Tier 4. Welcome to Tier 4. Breakfast Close is the earliest known version of Blade's Hotel Breakfast off of his 2021 album The Fool. It contains a slightly louder sine wave lead and some ad-libs that didn't make it into the final version. But other than that, it's the same song, just unfinished at the time. The source for the You Are Not Ready Yet tag comes from Crystal's trophy assist voice lines from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Try me. You're not ready yet.
Major League Consultant is the YouTube channel that some people speculated was Ripsquad's alt, simply because of how accurate the remakes that he made were. This is of course not Ripsquad's alt channel. They actually helped out with some entries for the Iceberg and was a big help for gaining information. They also make some pretty dope shit. Their SoundCloud is Reno, and their Instagram is Glee4x06. Go give them a follow. Voss Coleman, professionally known as Young Bands, is an American rapper from Atlanta, Georgia that has worked with artists like Juice WRLD, XXXTentacion, and Rich Brian. The only Ripsquad credit there is in Young Bands' discography is on the single No Mercy featuring Young Lean, produced by Akachi and Rip. Nozgov is an artist from Poland who's been making music since 2015 and has a song with Not Locked named Disappear/Vanish, produced by Rip and Hitkid. I Was At Peace was a snippet that appeared on Lucy's Instagram story. The snippet comes from 2019 and samples Diane Warwick's That's What Friends Are For. Take a look. Mechatalk x Lucy is talking about the beat that was played at the Mechatalk Boiler Room in London in 2021. Take a listen. Ripsquad is a remix of one of Rip's beats where the acapella from Waka Flocka's Heart in the Paint is added, and was made by Danish producer Juku. Lucy can't spell normally is referring to how Lucy likes to add extra letters to words. Whether it be in his social media bios, in DMs, doesn't matter. He's adding extra letters. Who Can Relate was a snippet posted in January 2020, posted on Lucy's Instagram story that was produced by both Lucy and Rip. Take a look. @LouisCP is Lucy's old alias. I believe it was used from 2016 to 2018, and he has a bunch of production credits under that name. He used to have a YouTube channel under that name, but it has unfortunately been deleted. Chapo is a rapper from Cleveland, Ohio that has used Rip's beats before and has worked with Lucy. The production credits for Lucy are on Why Try and Sound of Revenge on his 2017 album Emo Savage, Find Your Love co-produced with Kachi on his 2017 album Backpage and Heartbreaks, and Styling co-produced with J Flame on his 2016 album Bloody La Flexico Episode 3, and Rip's credits being on his 2017 album Snowstorm, producing the songs Steve Austin and Flying Legend. Halsey x Ripsquad is referencing the beat snippet that could be found on Rip's Instagram highlights, sampling Without Me by Halsey. It has since been deleted, but luckily some have made a full version to this beat, staying faithful to the original. SSBU is referring to how Rip appears in a Super Smash Bros. YouTuber's video. He plays Isabelle and unfortunately loses the matchup.
I don't have a name, I'm a psycho today. I'll let my light get away. Shades on my face.
R.I.P. Blade is an EP by Blade released on November 24th, 2016, being produced by Young L, DJ Ken, Hit Kid, and of course Rip. The production credits for Ripsquad on this EP are on the song Psycho, solo produced by Rip, and 50 Sack in My Sock I Don't Give a Fuck, produced by both Rip and Hit Kid. The final entry for this tier is Knife and Knife 2.0. The first version of Knife features Akachi's production, and the second version of Knife features J Flame's production. The differences being the key, the beat styles, and of course, who could forget Akachi's iconic chord stabs. I hope you guys enjoyed tier 4, as this took a little bit to get the correct information. Now, we're almost halfway through. Welcome to tier 5. Welcome to tier 5, where we've officially made it halfway. Now, let's get started on the first entry. Lil Flash is a rapper from Chicago, Illinois that has worked with artists like Gucci Mane and Chief Keef, and is a part of Chief Keef's Glory Boys Entertainment, also known as Glow Gang and GBE. The only production credits Ripsquad has is Lucy producing You're Not Alone off of his 2021 album 25 in the RIQ, and Rip producing Too High featuring Smitty with Akachi. Nothing Is True is another Instagram snippet that might have been the earliest version of Wet Water 2 off of Blade's 2021 album The Fool. Take a look. Seventh Heaven is mentioning two things. The first referencing the name of Rip's Animal Crossing Island, and the other referencing a clip on Rip's Instagram highlights where it shows a visual of a blue sky with pink clouds with the hashtag Seventh Heaven on screen, with a song in the background being Laura Pausini, Entre tú y Malmares. You could find Rip's Nintendo friend code on his Instagram highlights, but he has since taken it off. System 8 is another synth VST used for digital audio workstations. Ripsquad has used a specific preset found in this VST named Synth Edge that was used in the RS Aesthetic pack. Ripsquad has produced for Lil Uzi Vert before, with Rip and Distance Decay producing on unreleased tracks like So High and the one on his speculated upcoming album Forever Young, and Lucy producing Baby Sasuke off his 2020 album Pluto x Baby Pluto, specifically the deluxe version. But this isn't what it's mentioning. This is mentioning how there is a specific snippet for his unreleased song Over. The melody and sounds used for the beat sounds exactly like Blade's Trendy off of his 2021 album The Fool, and could have been the reason it never released. Unfortunately, I can't show you the snippet, but if you go on genius.com and search for Lil Uzi Vert over, go to the bottom of the page and you will be able to find it. These two entries connect together as they are part of the same thing. Ugly Ass Shoes was a short video found on Rip's Instagram highlights. It is now deleted, but it's where he opens a box with Prada shoes, while Baby Ox song, May 19th, plays in the background. The Poodle tape is an unreleased collection of songs produced by Lucy. It's possible that this is not real, as we've been waiting 3 years for it, and some people speculate that the Poodle tape was actually the full by Bladee the entire time. Manuel Fernandez, or professionally known as Sticky M.A., is a Spanish rapper that has been making music since 2014 and has only worked with Lucy, with the credits being on his 2020 single Prada, Herebo and Yamakasi on his 2020 album Con Banua, and No Voy a Pedir Perdón on his 2021 album Corazón Verde. OG Side by Side is talking about the quote-unquote original version of Side by Side by Bladee off of his 2018 mixtape Ice Dancer. This one's vocals sounds quieter and less compressed and has some different lyrics. Take a listen.
But I'll be alright. Only for a night. I can make it high. Only for a
R.I.P. Bladee, R.I.P. Ripsquad is another released demo version of a Bladee song. This one also being off of Ice Dancer, being the song Feel Like. Take a listen. Citrus Gang is a producer collective that was founded in 2017. The current members included Kachi, Kasik, 808 Kylan, Gloden Tay, J Flame, K the Producer, Messiah, Ruga93, Tez, and YRS 808. And the former members include Flare Beats, Trap Boy Tango, Ty, and of course Lucy. And the final entry to complete Have the Iceberg. Have a beautiful day from Ripsquad to you. This was basically a small compilation of snippets featuring the released Waited Out and 2 others that are unreleased. Take a look.
So